Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another top 10. This time we're doing another movie top 10. I've done my top 10 favourite movies of the 90s, favourite movies of the 80s, of the 70s. So today we're going to go to the 1960s. Now this I haven't been tagged in this one. This is just one that I've decided to do. Just let me just adjust the camera slightly if I can. There we go. Yeah, so this one I haven't been tagged in. It's just sort of one I thought I would go ahead and do, just in case anyone decides to do a top 10 movies of the 60s. It's a genre that I absolutely adore. It's maybe one where a lot of these YouTube channels maybe not do, because a lot of them of these channels are people in their sort of 30s and 40s, and they might not go far back as the 60s in their sort of films. Certain people might maybe do, so I might tag a couple of people in it at the end to see if they want to do it. But I'm going to go through my top 10 favourite movies of the 60s. But before I do that, I've got 3 honourable mentions, which we will get to first. So these are honourable mentions. I'm going to mention The Haunting, a 1960s sort of haunted house film, which did get a remake, I believe, in the sort of 90s or early 2000s. But this is the original film, which is a black and white film. Really, really creepy. Really cool film. About people staying in the house that is actually haunted, and it's a really cool sort of film. But it's a little bit of a genre setting kind of film, really. It's sort of set forward for future haunted house films, I believe. But it's a really cool, creepy film, and that's The Haunting. It's an honourable mention. Next up is a classic, which would probably be in a lot of people's top 10, especially horror fans. It's a George Romero film, and it's Night of the Living Dead. This is the Criterion release, I believe, on 4K, which is really, really cool film. Amazing. Again, another genre breaking film for the zombie film. It sort of like really brought it to a very kind of realistic kind of zombie film. Where before this we had other ones like I Walked with a Zombie and things like with Bela Lugosi and things like that. But this was a really sort of like looked upon it as an apocalyptic event, and it was really, really cool. Night of the Living Dead, absolute classic. But unfortunately, I wanted my top 10 to be a little bit more varied than just horror films, so I've put it in honourable mention. And we have a very early British slasher in at another honourable mention. Really, really cool film, and that's Peeping Tom. Absolutely love this film about this guy he works for a film company, and he's a photographer, and he goes around killing women and he films them as he's doing it. Really, really cool film for its time, a little bit ahead of its time. I think now I'm not a fan of remakes, but this could be done really well now, I think, if you did a remake of Peeping Tom. So that's really, really cool, and that's a great film and honourable mention. So we're going to get now to my top 10 favourite movies of the 1960s.
Hell yeah.
So we won't waste any time. We get on with my top 10. Number 10 is a bit of a crazy one, to be honest, and it's Gerry Anderson's Thunderbirds Are Go, the movie. Such a good film. I had a love for the TV series, which I absolutely adore. Really, really cool. And they did a couple of feature films. They did this one, and Thunderbirds 6 was another movie. But then they also done a few movies called Super Space Theatre, but they weren't actual movies. They were episodes from the series that they put together and put out as movies. But this was an official kind of movie. Really, really cool. I love this film. Thunderbirds Are Go is my 10th favourite film of the 1960s. Told you, a bit crazy. And number 9 is a music film. Music films were prolific in the 50s and 60s with obviously Elvis Presley and Cliff Richard. And one of my favourite bands got in on the act, the Beatles. So I'm going to put in A Hard Day's Night. This is a great release on Criterion on 4K. Really, really cool. It's a good film. It's just a good film. It's about the band on the road and trying to fit in their public appearances, concerts, and TV shows and stuff like this, and trying to deal with the fans and stuff like that. So just a really cool sort of film. It's quite funny to seeing the lads being sort of comedic in their sort of behaviour, and it's really, really cool and a great soundtrack. Hard Day's Night it's obviously released to promote that album, but this is a really cool film, and it is like an hour and a half long movie. It's cool, black and white, watching the Fab Four in action, getting up to random stuff. Really cool. Number 9, my favourite film in the 1960s, is A Hard Day's Night with the Beatles. See, it's not all horror. I didn't want to just go with horror all the time. Number 8 also isn't horror. It's a comedy by Blake Edwards starring Peter Sellers, and it's The Pink Panther. And I have it in a part of this DVD set. Again, it's something we not really had on Blu-ray. It would be nice to get a really cool upgrade for this Pink Panther set. But yeah, Peter Sellers, he went on to make a load of Pink Panther films, and so I'm just going to shout out the original because I think it was absolutely amazing. I believe David Niven was in that one. I'm not sure if Robert Wagner was in it too. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, the original is fantastic. As Peter Sellers plays Inspector Clouseau, trying to find these cat burglars, if you will. It's a really cool film, amazing, classic film of the 60s, and it's my 8th favourite film of the 60s, Pink Panther. We're going to horror now at number 7, and it's a Hammer film, and it is Plague of the Zombies. See, zombie films are a mixed bag with me. I either love them and they end up in my top 10s, or I can't be bothered with them. There is some amazing zombie films. I will do a top 10 zombie film. It's something I've not done yet on my channel, but I will do my top 10 favourite zombie movies, and I'm sure this will be in it. Really cool to see Hammer breaking away from their gothic, although this still has a gothic feel to it, but breaking away from the classics, if you like, and coming up with something a bit more original. Plague of the Zombies, really cool film. Not their first zombie films. I think it's probably maybe their second or third. They did do other ones, Dr. Blood's Coffin, or really cool. But yeah, this one, I love it, and it's ended up in my top 10 favourite movies of the 1960s, and it's Plague of the Zombies. So 10, 9, 8, 7. That's number 7. Number 6 is another horror film, this time another British horror film, but starring Vincent Price, and it's one of the Tygon films, and it's Witchfinder General. Again, another classic album, based on a true story here in England. Really, really cool, about Witchfinder hunting these women out, accusing them of witchcraft, and then just executing them. Well, probably none of them were witches, but it was that of that time. And it tells the story, the true story of Vincent Price playing this evil witchfinder. Really cool, amazing film. Witchfinder General is number 6. Number 5, we're getting there, halfway there, is another comedy by Clive Donner. And it stars Barry Evans, Judy Geeson, and I'm sure it might even have a very young Dennis Waterman in it. I can't remember. But it's called Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush. It's just a slice of British comedy of its time. It's set in Newtown. It's set in Stevenage, Newtown. I will do a location video to this if you're interested, because as you know, I go there quite a lot, and I was born there. Well, I wasn't born there. I lived there 50 odd years of my life. I was actually born in Portsmouth, but my lad was born in Stevenage. So I could do a location video of this. What I'll do, I might do like a couple of videos. I'll do a movie review of this, and then I will go and do a locations video if you're interested. So that's it. Based in Stevenage, about these lads growing up trying to get girlfriends, and it's all based around in the new town Stevenage. It was because new towns were new to the UK. They were built post-war, obviously to move people out of the big cities after the war, so they're not all crammed in there and just start Britain up again. They built new towns, and this is like the teens growing up in there. So it's a kind of an early sort of rom-com sort of feel to it, if you will, but it's really, really cool. Here we go around the Mulberry Bush. I absolutely love the film. So that's my number 5, my 5th favourite film of the 1960s. We do have a classic in at number 4, and it's an American film. It's an American horror classic film, and of course it's Psycho, with Anthony Perkins starring as Norman Bates. It is in this set here of films from Arrow, sorry, Hammer, not bad. Yeah, it is in there. So let me just dig the first one out. So yeah, Psycho, which is an absolute classic film. I've never brought these to my channel yet. I should do a Psycho week and maybe do the first 3 Psycho films. I might have reviewed a couple of them. I can't remember when this box set came out. But yeah, classic film. Deals with paranoia. It deals with cross-dressing, if you will. It deals with schizophrenia, and it deals with a murderer. And it's a fantastic horror film, and it's amazing. So my 4th favourite film of the 1960s is Psycho. Number 3 is a Michael Caine film, and it's a set of trilogy of films, but I'm going to go with the first one, and it's his Harry Palmer character, and it is the Ichabod Files, part of the Harry Palmer trilogy, which is among this set here. It's the first film there. So he did make a couple of others, The Funeral in Berlin and The $1 Million Brain, as Harry Palmer. Harry Palmer is another British sort of spy film. And he's there trying to find out this file that's gone missing, and he gets caught up within this sort of web of espionage. It's a really cool film, really different, great soundtrack, and mate, I'd love to get the CD soundtrack of the Ichabod Files. But yeah, really, really cool. I love the film, and it is a part of this imprint set, the Harry Palmer collection. So the Ichabod Files is my 3rd favourite film of the 1960s. The last 2 are horror films. We're going to go with Roman Polanski at number 2 with Repulsion. Really cool film. A little bit different on its time. It's about this woman that gets obsessed with being repulsed by men, and she ends up killing them and stuff like that. It's a really cool film, really quite dark and quite again ahead of its time. I think it almost, when I watch it, I think films like Possession, films like that were obviously influenced, I think, by this. Really cool film, a black and white film. It's a great release here on Criterion. Quite a few Criterion releases in my 60s collection, and it's just a great film, based in England. It's an American film, but it's based in Britain. Really cool film. Repulsion. It's my 2nd favourite film of the 1960s. So my favourite one is from Italy, and it is a giallo. Yeah, a giallo film is my favourite film of the 60s, and it's Mario Bava's Blood on Black Lace. I just love this film. It's just elegant. It's just fantastically filmed. It's beautiful looking. It's great played out, and it's a fantastic giallo. Based in the fashion world, we have our killer killing these models and stuff like this, and it's a really, really cool film. This is a great release here from Arrow. I think this might have even had a 4K release, but I'm happy with my Steelbook release here on Blu-ray. Really, really cool. And that, guys, it's a really bizarre one, but it is my favourite film of the 1960s. It just sums the 60s up to me. And it's a giallo. Absolutely amazing. So my favourite film of the 1960s is Blood and Black Lace by Mario Bava. And that's it. Not a long video, but there we go. They are my favourite films of the 60s. I love 60s movies. I really do. That's why they're so varied. I think because my love of film was really came from the 60s and 70s. That's my era, my age. You know, it's sort of like I was young in the 60s. You know, I was a wee bairn, if you will, and in obviously the 70s I started to grow up and establish my love for horror and Hammer films, and amongst them there was a couple in there, but I love just more than that in the 60s. I think comedies were fantastic from the 60s. We had great spy films, obviously James Bond and stuff like that, but I liked the Harry Palmer films. I thought they were more British grounded and more dirty, if you like, if you will. And that is my favourite films of the 60s. So, who shall I tag in this? Sammy G from Sammy G's World of Cinema. He's got quite a varied taste. And Blue Roy movies. I will tag him in this film as well to see if he wants to do it. But they are my favourite films of the 60s. Go ahead and do yours if you want to. Massive shout out to my lad. See you soon, guys.